Thousands of migrants are waiting at the Slovene border with Austria as Vienna has said that it cannot take in such a large number of people. The Šentilj migrant reception camp is at capacity. Last night, migrants there clashed with police, with some managing to break through the surrounding fence and police blockade and cross the border. Most, however, were forcibly turned back by Austrian police. Volunteers there say the situation is chaotic as some migrants have been stranded there for up to 3 days without sufficient food, water, shelter, and toilets. Meanwhile, a group of NGOs and humanitarian organizations have issued an open letter to Slovene Prime Minister Miro Cerar in protest of what they call the inhumane and humiliating conditions at Slovene migrant camps in Rigonce, Brežice, Dobova, and Šentilj. In the letter, they mention the possibility of filing charges against Slovenia before the European Court for Human Rights. The European Commission has called on the countries through which migrants are traveling as they attempt to reach Germany to, as quickly as possible, organize suitable temporary shelter for migrants so as to avoid a tragedy. At a video conference of representatives of 11 EU and Southeast European countries, Greece committed to taking in 50,000 people. The rest of the countries of Southeast Europe are expected to take in the same amount. Croatia and Slovenia have agreed to take in 2,000 each, Serbia 3,000, and Austria 5,000, 12,000 in total, and well short of the 50,000 mark. Since Hungary closed off its borders to Serbia and the flow of migrants was diverted to Croatia in mid-September, more than 280,000 people have passed through the country. Croatia spends roughly €260,000 per day on providing food, water, shelter, and transportation for the migrants, with the total cost approaching €10 million. Government yesterday allocated roughly €3.7 million of budgetary reserves to help pay for the migrant crisis, but is relying heavily on EU funding, which has already been approved to cover the costs. Defense Minister Ante Kotromanović met today with the commander of the 6th Fleet of the American Navy, U.S. Navy Vice Admiral James Fogo, in Splitz-Lora Naval Base, where the American naval ship USS Porter is currently docked. The two discussed future joint military exercises, as well as Croatia's planned purchase of 2 mine hunter vessels and the construction of 2 new patrol boats. Minister Kotromanović commented on Serbia's recent announcement that it would purchase weapons from Russia, saying that Belgrade must once and for all decide whether it wants to be a part of Euro-Atlantic institutions or the Russian Federation. At the Under-17 Football World Cup in Chile, Croatia defeated Germany 2-0 last night to advance to the quarterfinals, where they will face Mali on Sunday. In EuroLeague basketball, Cedevita Zagreb notched a surprise 81-75 win over the heavily favored Turkish side Anadolu Efes last night. After 3 rounds of play, Cedevita has 1 win and 2 losses and is tied for last place in Group B. In the quarterfinals of the ATP tournament underway in Basel, Switzerland, Croatia's Ivo Karlovic plays Frenchman Richard Gasquet, while Marin Cilic faces Spaniard Rafael Nadal later this evening. Predominantly sunny throughout the country, with some foggy patches in the interior and moderate cloud cover in Gorski Kotar, Lika, and western Slavonia. There will be a moderate to strong northeasterly on the Adriatic, reaching gale force gusts at the base of the Velebit mountain. Highs will be between 11 to 16 degrees Celsius inland, 17 to 22 on the coast. The 3-day forecast for the interior calls for more dry and stable weather. Expect colder temperatures and fog in the mornings. Predominantly sunny on the coast, with a moderate to strong northeasterly reaching gale-forced and even hurricane-forced gusts in the Velebit Channel. Winds will begin to subside by Sunday. Expect colder mornings.